threat, a terrorist, you put all kinds of labels on me and you try to destroy me. You understand? Collectively, no chance. Individually, there isn't a damn thing that you can do. Terrorists. Why we are condemning terrorists today? You know. You are familiar with the history of Israel. I am not anti-Semitic. I am not pro-Russian, pro-American, pro-Chinese. None of those labels you can put on me. But I am trying to point out that the moment you find yourself in the seat of power, all the others become your enemies. Take for example Israel. The present Prime Minister and his predecessor Begin, they were terrorists and they blew up five-star hotel. Anybody that threatens their position becomes a terrorist today. I am not a politician. I am just observing these things. These are my observations. Brush them aside and say, oh, he's a cynic. What right he has to express opinions on everything from disease to divinity. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't know anything. Arafat will become the worst enemy.
So the scientific breakthrough.
And I can say this without any fear or favor that Mandela will become the enemy of that country. He will do exactly the same things that they did, which put him there in prison for 30 years.
And what will,
I'm not a prophet.
What will make him do that is power?
Power. When once you are in the seat of power...
So it's a catch-22 situation. You need power to make things happen. And when you're in the seat of power, you become important.
No.
What he's saying, that power is not necessary for eliminating poverty and other thing. What he's saying, whether it is a Mandela or white government, when power comes, then Mandela will also do the same thing.
Exactly the same thing. They are already doing it. So what is the answer? What is the solution? Is there any way?
So that is why you say, when anybody comes into power, shoot him.
No, but I don't mean it when people ask me, why you don't shoot them? I'm not interested in taking their place. Even if you kill that fellow, the Deputy Prime Minister is there ready to step into his shoes. Ready, is there. And I know I can't get into the seat of power. And I don't want my rival to get into the seat of power. So I bring the third man and put him there. That was how you see all the prime ministers in the recent times found themselves in the seat of power. When once you are there in the seat of power, you want to share that power with somebody else. See, since I can't be there, I'll be happy and content with the deputy prime minister or vice president or this or the other. No, I'm not presenting a very gloomy picture at all. That's the way the things are. What is it that you can do?
Yuji, now we go forward.
Yes, all right.
What I understand, I am not asking question, but I am simply coming to next question, which is very relevant. After hearing you, what you have spoken, you think that power, political institutions, political leaders, they are not meant for doing something good for the people?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not
next
at all.
Thing, yeah. Next thing you say, there is a lot of exploitation by developed countries and developing countries. Next thing, what you said, that it is not something which should be done by leaders or something. What individual is doing also. You have spoken like that. Now I come to the question relating to individual. Because last 1 century, we see political institutions are there. Sometimes social institutions and political institutions reacts to each other. And we found the political institutions like democracy, imperialism, communism, and now mixed economic and political institutions like a free market economy. Even China is calling itself as a socialist market economy.
Yes.
Now, after having this after having this Copenhagen Declaration today, they have talked about social integration. Social integration, when they talk, they are saying even after so much prosperity, even after so much technological changes, even after growth in world economy and consumption in the world of the people, disparity is there. I am not touching again the same thing you already answered. They find that the institutions have become obsolete. Now I am coming to those institutions. I am coming to institution of nation. It is political, but it has relation with the social institutions also. Because people say nation means nations constitute with the people of one religion, one homogeneity, one geographical area. But now I find that that is also going. And earlier when I met you in Delhi, I asked you.
The computer, whether the religion has done it or political institutions have done it, it doesn't really make any difference. I don't know if I make myself clear. If you look at the history, the church dominated and exploited the people for centuries. They talked of love thy neighbor as thyself and used that and destroyed killed how many thousands and thousands of people in the name of love thy neighbor as thyself. And then when the monarchy took over, what happened? Exactly the same thing. And then they finished with the monarchy and the political institutions stepped in, and they are doing exactly the same thing.
You
Are
think,
they not?
yeah. You see, do you think that social tension or social peace or social integration, I'm again coming to or making more specific, the three factors are very relevant for making social violence or social disturbance or
I don't know, this is all too much for me. See, social institutions, social this, social that, I really don't understand what they actually mean, what you actually mean.
because I feel if you remove society or social, then individual is nothing but a mechanical product only.
No, that is what I am saying. Individual is, you see, a machine.
I am coming to that.
Yeah, it's a computer with an extraordinary innate intelligence of its own.